Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. That's 10 a.m. if you're in Australia or 1 a.m. if you're in the UK. I hope you guys and girls are well. Remember guys, if you do miss the live streams, you can catch up at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch channel or going to my YouTube channel, Phil Does 3D. Remember too, if you want to join the Discord server, go to the About Me section and click the blue graphic in my panels. That will give you an invite link to the Discord, or click the link that Hellforge helpfully popped into Twitch chat. Become a Phildo and join the Phil Does 3D Discord. If you want to wishlist a game, which we're going to be working on an asset for today, we're working on the vintage car. It's available now to wishlist on the Steam store page. Click that link Hellforge popped into Twitch chat, or again go to the About Me section on my Twitch channel and look in my panels for a link to the Steam store page. If you're watching me back on YouTube, then look in below my video. You should find a link there. So how is everyone doing? Did you have a good weekend, guys? Phil Does Just Chat is coming on. That's right. And how's everyone doing? Oh no, Hellforge says pretty miserable. I won't say pretty F miserable. What's wrong, Hellforge? Hellforge says, got my second back shot today. Oh, I haven't in the second years. Oh, that's no good. From what I've heard, everyone says that it's just a short-term thing. You'll feel better tomorrow. It's just generally the day after people feel bad, or might feel bad. Not everyone does. But that's not good to hear, Hellforge. But now you're double back, so you're completely, safe. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. My website link, Hellforge, popped into Twitch chat as well if you do want to find out more about me and what I do. Yeah, I hope you feel better too, as Sniper Girl says. It's 2 a.m. Central in the EU. Well, if you're not feeling well, dude, go to bed. I know it's really early for you, and yeah. Sniper Girl says, I got my first shot and felt sick from it myself, dreading the second shot. Yeah, some people have no problem at all. They don't get ill, or they don't feel sick, or they don't have aches or pains, but some people do. And I think it might depend too on which vaccine you actually get. Some people have more of a reaction to one than the other, but it's only a very short-term thing, and being double vaxxed is definitely the way to go, because you don't want to end up in hospital on a respirator. That's not fun at all. That's, or possibly dying. So Smurf Berry, it's good to see you, Smurf. Smurf says probably not as bad as Hellforge, because Sniper Girl asked how he was doing. Smurf says, I do have some sunburn and pulled some muscles this weekend. Well, that's no good. You got to watch that sun. It's bad for you. Bad for you. Well, actually, it's not. Sun is really good for you. Vitamin D and all that. But too much sun is bad for you. And trust me, I know. I live in Australia where, we're closest to the sun than anyone, it feels like. Sniper Girl says that's what it was. That's what it was for me. Day after I felt sick yesterday. Yeah, it's generally the day after you get your shot, you might feel a little under the weather, but it generally only lasts a day, and then by the following day you're back to normal. But like I said, some people don't have a reaction at all. So. Sniper Girl says I got my shot Saturday. Good to hear. It's really important that you guys and everyone, that we all get vaccinated. Because, we're coming up to 2 years of this human malware, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm just exhausted. I'm so over it all. I mean, I'm still in lockdown in Melbourne, where I live in Australia, because we've had an outbreak happen. So we've been in lockdown now for the last... How long has it been? It's been a long time. That's why I'm starting to look really shaggy, because I can't get my hair cut out. Haven't had a haircut for like a couple of months. So it's been at least a couple of months we've been in lockdown, and we're going to be in lockdown for at least another 6 weeks. So God knows what I'm going to look like by the end of another 6 weeks. My hair tends to get a bit out of control when it gets long. But it's a small price to pay to keep everyone safe, so that's fine. But I am looking forward to a time when the world gets back to semi-normal. Smurf says, did a model photo shoot at the art museum on Saturday and walked like 6.25 miles. Well, that's good. Walking is good for you. Well, a model photo shoot. What were you doing? That sounds intriguing. Sniper Girl says, I second that. If you're sick, sleep. Yeah, I agree. If you're not well, Hellforge, go to bed. Smurf says, that's 10k for kilometers for people with standard measuring systems. that's a lot, actually. Walking for 10k, man. Like, I do walking for exercise. I used to do a lot of jogging, but the older you get, the less good it is for your bones. So I do walking now, and I generally walk about 5k. I do that a couple of times a week. 10k, I'm impressed. Smurf says, yeah, get some rest. I agree. Sniper Girl says 10 kilometers for all the strange people outside of the US. You mean for all the enlightened people in the rest of the world who, you know, don't use some archaic measurement system like you guys in the US. Is that what you're saying? She says, honestly, I wish we'd use metric. Yeah, I do too. It gets really, it can get very confusing if you do work for clients in the United States and you've got to take into account their strange measuring system. And only in the United States. Hellforge says, have some coffee. Good suggestion, Hellforge. Because it's really cold here today. I'm looking at well, my computer's telling me it's 9 degrees Celsius, which I know for you guys in the US where it snows is not very cold, but for us in Australia here, it's quite cold, particularly at this time of the year. And it's wet and rainy and, yeah, overcast and grey. Sniper Girl says, odds of getting it where I am is low. I think there's 60 cases in a city that has 40,000 people. Going to be travelling during Thanksgiving, so it makes sense to get it. It does. Even if you're not going to be travelling, it still makes sense to get vaccinated. It protects you from dying and having serious problems from the human malware. So, yeah, regardless of whether you're going to be travelling or not, get vaccinated. Make sure you wear. I don't know what the rules are for you guys in the United States, but we still have to wear masks here, even if you are vaccinated. So, Sniper Girl says to Smurf, hey, how did that go? Smurf says I typically walk 0 kilometers on a given day. Oh, fair enough. You're going to be feeling it then if you did 10k and you're not used to it. It's like going to the gym for the first time after you haven't been for a long time, and you know the next day you're aching everywhere. Sniper Girl says, if you count pacing due to being bored, I probably walk a few miles. Smurf says, it went great. It was a meetup group of photographers and models. Nice. Yeah, I wasn't sure when you said models whether you meant you're doing 3D modeling photography or whether it was actual people models. So, Sniper Girl says, a day. Merp says about 7 or 8 photographers showed up and 3 women showed up to model. Well, that's a good thing to be doing. Smurf says, and an additional 3-ish photographers who were late or couldn't find everyone. That sounds really interesting. That sounds like a great thing to be doing. Some model photography. Nice. Okay, so the car. I want to finish the vintage car today. I'm going to try anyway. I'll do my best. So let's jump straight into Painter. So we don't have a lot left to do on the car, to be honest. It's nearly done. Just a couple of bits and pieces. Smurf says, yeah, I'm working on the raw files in dark table right now. Oh boy, says copy first. Okay, more copy. You never have to tell me twice. I'm not familiar with Darktable. Smurf, I've not heard of that software before. What is that? I don't do a lot of photography. Like if I'm taking pictures, it's for 3D modeling, photogrammetry, so I don't tend to, in which case you don't do any processing on the photograph. Smurf says Darktable is basically open source Lightroom. Oh, okay. Cool. Again, I don't use Lightroom even because again, any photos I take is for photogrammetry, and if you're doing photography, that's the word, for photogrammetry, you don't want to process the photos. It can throw out the processing of the photo. So no telephoto lenses, no processing of the image. Use the raw photo. Okay, so what have we got left here? There's this piece here, which I believe really should be leather. In the olden days, I think they put leather through here, so that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to pick up on the same leather we use for the straps, I think. Smurf says, one of the tutorials in the Discord is by a guy who prefers to process his photogrammetry RAWs. Well, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. Again, yeah, guys, if you want to join the Discord server, there's a gallery section where you can show up your work. And Grizzly Gear has posted some more great looking models, which I'll show just before I sign off today on stream. If you don't want me to show your work that you post in the gallery live on stream on Twitch or YouTube later, just tell me when you post the image and I won't. And there is a section called called tutorials and tips, which the guys and girls that are members of the Discord have come across. A lot of interesting, really interesting tutorials and stuff in that section, so you guys should check it out. I don't know who this, I haven't actually come across that tutorial you're talking about where you're saying he processes his raw images. Generally you shouldn't do that. You can process the texture map once it's been created from the images, but my suggestion would be do not process your images if you're doing photogrammetry. Now Smurf says as long as the EXIF data doesn't get thrown out. Android Last Day, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you had a good weekend. And I hope you're well, Android Last. Good to see you. Thank you, Smurf. There's the link to the Discord server, guys, if you want to check out the tutorials and tips section that Smurf is talking about. Like, there's a whole range of tutorials and tips in that, covering a huge gamut of things from photogrammetry to 3D modeling to texturing. The guys and girls have really done a great job of posting links to any really interesting tutorials and tips that they've come across. And there's a lot of really interesting and good stuff in there, so check it out. There's also a section, of course, where you can post to your portfolio or your demo reel if you want, and there's a section called Art, Help and Advice too. So if you have any questions or anything you want help with, post there. And we'll try and help you if we can. Smurf says, so the photogrammetry software will still know the lens info and such. If it doesn't know the lens info, then it's not going to be able to process any images at all. So that's very important. You don't get rid of that information. Android Lust says, I do have something I could drop in the Discord gallery. Well, you know I love looking at your work. You do beautiful work, Android Lust. And like I said, I'll show Grizzly Gear's work just before I sign off today on stream. Sniper Girl says, actually assuming you batch process the images, you can, but corrections you do to one has to be done to others. Also, he used a color correction chart to correct the images. Really should check a video. I will check it out. My suggestion would be not to do it. I'm sorry, but that would be my suggestion. I mean, this guy obviously is doing it and being very careful in what he does, but particularly if you're new to photogrammetry, I really would not suggest you process your images. Use them raw and don't touch them. Don't crop them. Don't use telephoto lenses when you take them. Maybe once you get a bit more experienced, you can start manipulating your images, but I still wouldn't recommend it. If you want to do color correction on a model that you get from photogrammetry, my suggestion would be to do it after you've already processed the model. So process the texture on the raw images without doing any sort of manipulation to them at all. And then if you want to color correct, do it afterwards on the texture map. Like you can throw a sharpen filter down on the texture map to bring out some of the detail. You can do some color correction, but I would do it after I've processed the model, not before. Sniper Girl says, hi, noticed you coming in. Andrew Lust says, I'm good, been slacking on personal stuff though. That's okay, it's alright to have a break. I get that. Sniper Girl says, your suggestion is incorrect in this situation. It's according to color correction chart. This is the only way to ensure that the color is 100% correct. We'll just have to agree to disagree, I'm afraid. And this is coming from someone who's been doing photogrammetry for a very long time. But you guys do what you want. Listen to who you want. It's a free world. Okay, so I think, yeah, this actually should be leather. So we're going to pick up on this leather strap here. I just have to make sure I'm in the right layer, and I am. And I want the leather straps. So we're just going to go with color selection and pick that. Now, why did that not add? Let me have a look here. I have a feeling there's two color corrections going on. Yeah, there's one here. And there must be another one. Yep, just here. There we go. Snurf says the particular tutorial I'm talking of is July 16, 2019 in the Discord Tutorials and Tips channel, 80 level article, full photogrammetry guide for 3D artists. I will look at it after, there's the link that Smurf has popped in. I'll check it out after the stream. Okay, so what's next? That's right, these are looking a little bit too new, these canisters or whatever they are. I'm really not even sure what they're supposed to be in the car. So let's look at that. I think it starts to get a bit complicated when you start working with so many layers now. I think what I'll do is we might look at our smart materials. I just want to introduce a little bit of wear, I think, on these. I mean, it has some wear, but yeah, I just think they're a bit too shiny. So how rusty do I want to make them? Maybe this one. Let's just do a quick save before I start messing around too much. Sniper Girl says, also traditionalism isn't a guideline for anything. There's new things that come out for everything and new stuff to do. Well, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. There certainly is always new stuff coming out, new ways to do things. I'm not arguing with you. Don't push my buttons. Let's assign this material here. Yeah, let's try this. Now again, it takes the program a little while because I'm working in 4K. We're going to mask with color selection to those. I think what I might do here is I might group this, even though it's only one layer. We can still add it to a group. If I can find the right spot. Where is it? Group. And I'm just going to call this canisters because I just really don't know what they are in the car or what they're meant to be for. Again, I'm going to mask with color selection again back to that so that I can jump in here and we can use a smart mask. We might just go with surface warm. Because what you'll find happens when you add a smart mask, it overrides color selection, so I re-add color selection to the group. I could delete this one if I wanted to, but it doesn't hurt to keep it there. So I just want to pull a little bit out and bring just a little bit of the silver back. So just a touch. Now the same with this thing here, it's looking a little bit too new-ish. So I might add this to that as well, I think. Hang on, just got to work out why it's not being affected at the moment. Strange. I wonder if that's part of some other layer. Yeah, that's why. It's because it's part of another layer. Okay. It's a bit better. Okay, so what that's done though is it's added it to all of that blue. I don't know if I really wanted to do that. Let's just pull back and do a comparison. Actually, I don't mind it. I think being a little bit lighter makes it look a bit more interesting. Yeah, I prefer the lighter colour. So we're just mixing in one more material than we had before. I will watch the video though, guys, don't worry. Sniper Girl says that back in my day, or I've been doing this for X number of years, doesn't mean anything to something that's always evolving. Smurf says, fine, Rust. Copy and save, Helpwood says. Sniper Girl says, has anyone here seen the Shang-Chi movie? Looking at seeing that either tomorrow or Wednesday. No, I haven't seen it, and I haven't heard of it either. Smurf says, not yet, I haven't been in the theatre since 1912. I haven't even heard of the movie. So Android Lot says, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Well, I haven't seen it and I haven't even heard of it. I'm just going to do a save here. I did watch Bloodshot though. You guys were talking about that. And yeah, it was pretty good for a Vin Diesel movie. The effects were nicely done. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. Creative Steve. Hey, Creative Steve. It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're doing well. Sniper Girl says it's a new Marvel movie. Oh, okay. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Yeah, I'm a bit superheroed out. So I don't know if I want to watch another superhero movie. Or anything from the Marvel universe, to be honest. See, I'm going to be difficult now, Sniper Girl. It's good to see you, Steve. Creative Steve says, I'm doing good. And you're doing well? Good to hear, Creative Steve. Smurf says, sand dance. I don't get it. Sniper Girl says to Creative Steve, doing good. Finally have a new drone coming. Yes, I actually saw, Sniper Girl, you posted in the Discord that you had a bit of a problem buying it initially. It sold out. She wanted to buy it. She'd saved up for it, and then she couldn't because it had sold out. Then it came back into stock. And what did you say here? And then your bank flagged it as a fraudulent payment initially. Man, so many problems trying to get this drone, but we're looking forward to seeing pictures of it. And I love, Smurf, the image you put there about compiling shaders with the Kardashian outfit there. I can never remember her name. I find the Kardashians a bit weird, to be honest with you. They're strange people. The whole family is strange. And what she's wearing is certainly unique. But I thought it was very clever, compiling shaded. The same goes with the image that Edo posted, Yuzan, about the soup having no texture. Very clever. But yes, we're waiting on seeing photographs of this drone when it arrives, Sniper Girl. So Sniper Girl says, yep, I literally had enough money and sold out, then paid for it, and fraud. It was fun, I'm sure it was. Well, it's good to know that your bank are protecting you, like, flagging it as potential fraud. I mean, that's a good thing. I know it can get annoying. Like if I purchased one of the banks that I bank with, if you purchase something online, they have to send you a code. Like the transaction doesn't go through until you get the code on your banking app on your phone that you then have to enter in for the transaction to proceed. That can get a bit annoying, but hey, it's to protect our money, so it's all right. Creative Steve says, that sounds like a lot of fun to Sniper Girl. Sniper Girl says, my bank is super protective. I'm honestly glad. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It is a good thing. Okay, so what's left? What's left? I think the only thing left here are the bolts around the wheels now. Bolts here are textured. We can use the same material we used for those, or we could rust them up even more if we wanted to. How do we want to go? Do we want to go super rusty, or do we want to go with the same silver? I'm just checking now if there is anything else I have forgotten. But I think everything else is pretty much textured up. I don't think there's anything I forgot. We are going to be adding an overall dirt layer to this as well once we're finished with the last bit, which are the bolts on the wheels. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's it. I think everything else is pretty much done. And I'm just checking the gloss on the paint. I just want to make sure it's glossy enough but not too glossy. I think that should be alright. Hopefully you guys can see that reflection happening here on the paint. But anyway, the wheels. The bolts on the wheels. Sniper Girl says, not going to lie, I'm looking at saving up for drone number 2 now. I found one that works better for stuff like surveying and mapping. You haven't got the first one yet and you already want to buy a second one. Sniper Girl says the camera isn't nearly as good. Yeah, well, Get the first one, play with that. I thought you wanted to get a new graphics card though next. I thought that was the plan. Actually, the only other thing I thought I might do here is these bolty things on the tyres. I thought maybe instead of making them silver, we might pick up on the colour we've put here on the hood ornament, just to make the wheels look a little bit more interesting. So just that bit in the middle there, whatever it's called. I'm not a car person or a gun person, as you guys know. Snappy Girl says graphics is next. This is down the road, probably taxes next year. Okay. Yes, do remember, guys, if you're buying electronics and you use them for your job, you can. Well, I'm assuming in the United States or wherever you are around the world, at least in Australia, you can claim them back on your tax. So keep that in mind. Just don't take my word for it. Don't check the tax laws in the country you live in. But I know in Australia, like I claim my PC, I claim my video card, I claim the VR headset I bought, all of that stuff because I use it for work. So, yeah. So I think these might look interesting if we pick up on this hood ornament colour. So bring a bit of gold in. Smurf, that'll make you happy. A bit more gold. So let's find where the hood ornament is. It's not there. It's not there. It's there. Let's jump into that layer. I'm going to do a save because I can't remember if I saved or not. So just to be on the safe side, I guess I'd better. Smurf says, I love gold. I know you love gold. Did I save that or no? I was just waiting for the layer to change, wasn't it? Good excuse for more coffee. Creative Steve says, cat jam? Come on, Substance, you can do it. See little green bars moving slowly across. Was that because of the save, or was that still just... No, I don't think it actually saved. That was just it compiling the shader. So we're just going to wait for it to finish its save here. Okay, good. And we're going to find that hood ornament. So it's not the ornament. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to add that. And again, we just got to wait for Substance Painter here. Little green bars pause. We did save it, so that's all right. If the program crashes, we're good to go. We just got to wait. More coffee. And again, it's because I'm working in 4K resolution for these textures, which will be knocked back to 2K once we bring it into the Unreal Engine. I just want the option for high-res textures, just because. Remember too that UE4 is due to be released soon, like not the beta version that's out at the moment you can download and play around with, but the actual proper first version of Unreal Engine 5. I believe at Epic we're originally going to look at releasing around October. Whether that's changed or not, I don't know, but it'll be soon. Remember too, just as a word of warning, if you do want to, if you're working on a project in Unreal Engine 4, don't update your project to 4.27, which is the latest version of the engine, if you want to then update your project to UE5, because projects that are compiled for UE 4.27 will not transfer to UE5. Projects in 4.26 and below will, but not 4.27. So just a word of warning there. Yeah, I know. What? I know. I do not understand why Epic have done that. but that is the way it is. So if you update your project to 4.27, you will not be able to bring it to Unreal Engine 5. Epic have, for some reason, have decided that they're not going to let people do that. But if it's in 4.26 or below, you can migrate it to Unreal Engine 5, but not 4.27. But you should always be opening a copy of your project anyway, not the original. So if you made your project in 4.26 and you want to try it in 4.27, you make a copy of it and then open the copy in 4.27. But yeah, just a word of warning, because you can't migrate from 4.27 to UE5. Yeah, no clue. Snubby Girl says, yeah, I think it's going to throw a lot of people actually. Because we're all used to when Epic release a new version of the engine, we update our project and everything works fine. And it will work fine, but it won't if you want to bring it into UE5. It just will not transfer over. And it's only with 4.27. And again, why Epic have done that, I don't know, but be warned. But again, you should be opening a copy of your projects anyway, not the original. So you can always go back if you have to. But yeah, it'd be annoying though if you've been working on a project in 4.26 and then you migrate it to 4.27 and keep working on it, thinking that I'll migrate it to UE5 and continue on again. You wouldn't be able to. So you'd have to, any work you did in 4.27 will be lost because you'd have to go back to your previous 4.26 version to take it to UE5. And again, I do not know why Epic have done that. But yeah, it's odd. Very odd. Okay, so I have to work out again why it's not transferred the color over. And it's probably another one of these masked with color selection somewhere. Yeah, looks like it might be this one. Okay, and it still might be another one, so this one. Come on, Substance, you can do it. It's still not quite right, so what am I missing? I am missing something. Somewhere. Where? Not there. Not there. Not there. Somewhere. I have missed something. That's thrown me. It should be showing up. I can't see why it's not. Yeah, there's something I'm missing somewhere. It makes no sense, Smurf says. Yeah, it makes no sense to me either. I was surprised when I found out about it. It's very, very strange for them to do that, considering they've not done it with any of the other versions. Like, you can always upgrade from another version, but not with 4.27, so. I really can't see why this is not showing up for me. I don't have it on the base. Again, this is a problem when you start working with so many layers. Pick the color, so that's fine. And that's fine. And that's fine. Sniper Girl says, no, that's a problem with working with so many layers without naming anything. Look, I did name them. I've got the overall name correct, ornament. It's just the sublayers. And it's not a problem with the naming here. That's really immaterial. Once it's in its grouping, then it's fine. The problem is, I believe, probably something to do with the curvature, I think, because it's quite a flat piece of geometry, and a lot of these smart materials work on curvature. I have a feeling that's what the problem is. So for me to get it to show up, I'd have to change like the curvature of one of these materials, and if I do that, it's going to change it for this one as well, and I don't want to do that. So I think a better way to go here will be for me to create a new layer. So if we go into our materials, so instead of reusing one we've already got there, I'll just add another one, because why not? So let's pick a material that might be cool. Let's look at this gold. We'll just drop it on there. And we're going to mask with color selection once it's finished. To there. And I'm going to group it. And we're going to call this, what are these things called? Anyone know what they're called on a tire? I'm just trying to think of what I can call it. Wheel cover? Wheel, I don't know. Oh, Henry Doss says, what's the problem? I ran away for a second. Hubcaps? Yeah, let's just call it hubcap. That sounds good to me. So we can mask it with color selection again to the group, and then we can throw down a smart material. Spinulators or wheel roundy things, hubcaps will do. We should remember if we hubcaps. It should be fine. Let's throw a smart mask down, and we're going to go with surface worn, I think. So we can get a bit of a blend happening. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off the, or I'm going to turn down the hide information on this. Just a bit too bumpy. And then we can go back into our mask and play with our balance a little bit more. Creative Steve says spinamajigs. Spinamajigs. I like that. So I want to bring in a little bit of gold, but we won't go too nuts. just a hint of gold here and there, because again the car's been outside for a while, so you might pull it up just a little bit actually. Again, I've just got to wait for Substance Painter here. Come on. There we go. A little bit sluggish for some reason. There we go. Yeah, just pulled it up a little bit more so that it stands out just a bit more. That has actually, we've got a problem here with this now, so I've got to find which layer that is affecting. Not that one. It's not that one. Hang on. Actually, I don't even think that's part of that layer. Oh no, it is. Hubcaps, bolts, ornament, exhaust, car rims, grille, car number plate. Pull down on the tolerance a bit. Okay, so up to this layer. The color layer of this layer. What color do I want to go here? Let's see. I'm just painting a small section of it so I can get an idea of how I want to colour this up. Not sure. Number plate writing is generally black. Doesn't have to be, but let me just see if I can throw a material down here. Another girl says, yeah, agree, doesn't have to be, just has to look good, that's right. So let's see if we can find a material that might be interesting. Let's look at a paint. I'm not sure. Yes, I'm not sure. Let's look at the blue. I'm just trying to work out how noticeable I want the word Barrett to be. If we could play with the colour. Just buried under rust, Smurf says. Yeah, that's an option. Hang on, what did you ask me? I'm sorry. Hang on, let me catch up here. Oh, Sniper Girl says just under 500 more points and you're playing a video game. John, sit up straight. Or Jono. Okay. I will sit up straight. Thank you for telling me, John. Smith says he's making more problems. Sniper Girl says, when I get enough points, what game do you want to play? I'm not sure. What do I have installed? There's some of these I can't play because they're going to be running in VR and you guys won't see them. It's like Half-Life Alyx is a VR only game. I could play No Man's Sky, we could play GTA 5, we could do Witcher 3 again. I could install Cyberpunk 2077 if you want to see me play that. Creative Steve says, I can't wait for the moment to come. Are you talking about me playing a game? I'm rubbish. You guys know I am rubbish at playing games. Which is probably why she wants me to play one again. Because I did play Witcher 3 last time, and it was Sniper Girl who requested I play a game then as well. So you think we should just leave it as dark, buried under the rust? Is that the suggestion you guys are making? We just keep it dark like that? Let's remove that layer. And let's remove that paint layer. And I think what's happened here is we've added gold here to the outside of the number plate, and I think that's what's made the background behind the lettering darker. Creative Steve says, what? I missed you playing The Witcher? I imagine it was before my arrival, which makes sense. Yeah, it was a while ago. I can't remember when, but I was playing The Witcher. I've only done it on stream once. It's the only time I've streamed the game. Everything else has been doing my 3D work on Twitch. But I did play The Witcher, and I could play that again. Because I do like The Witcher. It's one of my favourite games. Witcher 3. Sniper Girl says, well, when you have that as a reward option, someone has to use it. Fair enough. You are correct. I did put it in as a reward option, so yep. Now I'm just going to find the layer that's affecting. Not that one. Not that one either. That's very odd. Not the hubcap. Not the bolts. You would think it was the ornament, but it doesn't seem to be. Not the exhaust. That is so strange. I can't find the layer that the background of the number plate is on. Because it doesn't seem to be in the number plate. Oh. So why is that? That's weird. Anyway. You can still read the lettering, so that's, I guess, what's important. I know it's something to do with this gold ornament thing, but it just doesn't seem to be. It's still there when I turn the layer off. So that's what's confusing me at the moment. Yeah, I'm confused. I don't see where that layer is, where that's being applied and what layer that is being applied to. That's okay. I guess we can have a bit of gold on the number plate. Why not? All right. The bolts. Let's look at the bolts here. So we can either go with the silvery bolts or we can add more of a rust. How do we want to go? I think if we add rust, they're just going to get lost on the rusty hubcap anyway. So we might just go with this silver. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm in the right layer. Okay. This is the problem. The silver bolts are actually part of another texture group. So I think we're going to add another layer, because why not? Let's just do a quick save. Sniper Girl says there's a lot of other older plates that had a black main body with white text. I wasn't aware of that. Every number plate I've seen has been like white with black text. Creative Steve says I need to hang out more often and stack up on points for my game redemption. It's been a while since my improv resumed. Yeah, well, the longer you watch the stream, the more points you'll get, because the player game one is the most expensive as far as reward points goes, viewer points. You have to watch for a while to be able to redeem that one, and I did that on purpose because I'm rubbish at playing games and I didn't want to embarrass myself being forced to play one, but that's why I made the point cost so high. Sniper Girl says to Creative Steve, you need to be here more often for other reasons. We miss you. Well, that's true. Yes, Steve, we do miss you. Creative Steve says that's extremely clever. Sniper Girl says that and play a game one is a full day. Hang on, what's this? What's this? That and the play a game one is a full day. A full stream. It is a full stream. So when you redeem play, it's not like the no music one, which is like 15-minute limited or something. The play a game one is where I play a game for the entire stream. So you want to watch Phil embarrass himself and be rubbish at playing computer games? I mean, I like playing computer games, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't buy them and install them if I didn't like playing computer games. But I'm not very good. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go into our smart materials. And let's find something interesting for those bolts. Should we make them gold? Should we make the bolts on the wheels gold? We could do that. We could pick up on the gold that we're using here. Snappy Girl says, minus the barn, which we won't talk about. You did okay. Yes, we won't talk about the barn. About my how many attempts to rescuing that person and those horses from the barn. I couldn't see, in all fairness, it was so dark, because I have a reshade mod on my Witcher install, so it darkens everything up, and I couldn't see where I was going. That was the problem. It wasn't because I'm rubbish at the game, it was because I couldn't see where I was going. Sniper Girl says 5 to 10 deaths. Yes, I know, it was a few. And I was being forced to use the keyboard and mouse, and I'm used to using my Xbox controller when I play The Witcher, which is working now, because it wasn't working because it's a Bluetooth controller, and Bluetooth is built into my motherboard, but I didn't. The motherboard comes with like an external aerial. Smurf will know what I'm talking about. He has an Asus motherboard. It has like this external aerial for your Wi-Fi. It's like this pointy triangular aerial thing that screws into the back of the motherboard and then has a cable that comes out. That's for your Bluetooth and for your wireless. I hadn't had that plugged in, so that was the reason my controller wasn't working, but it's all good now. Bluetooth is working fine because I plugged the aerial in. Smurf says a reshade mod that makes the blacks blacker and the blackest black times infinity. That's right. I do like the reshade mod. It makes the colors pop, but it does make the darks dark, unfortunately. Sniper Girl says, sounds like he's making excuses. Maybe. Let's see what these... Look, again, this is... You would never get a car that has gold bolts, but why not? We can do it anyway. So let's go and see if we can pick the bolts. Well, at least they stand out. They certainly stand out being gold. Yeah, why not? Why not? It's my car and I'll do what I want. Okay, so I don't think we've actually got anything left now to texture on this, but we do want to add a dirt layer over everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a dirt layer to each of these 3 different groups. So we'll start with the car frame. So it's basically the tires. We'll start there. Let's do a quick save. And I can have a copy. Sniper Girl says, golden bolts, let's steal them and sell them. Well, you know, if they were gold bolts, I don't think it would hold your wheel on very well because gold is such a soft metal. Could you imagine driving a car that had the tyres bolted on with gold bolts? You wouldn't get very far. Your tyres would fall off. Okay, so we want a dirt layer. Now, there's a couple of different ways you guys have seen me add dirt in the past. We'll do it this way. We'll see, because I have a few smart materials here that are actually dirt layers, so we'll see what they're like. How dirty do we want to go is the question. Andrew Dust says gold plated. Sniper Girl says 100% gold. Yeah, you're right. If they were gold and some other material mixed in, could work. Andrew Dust says if they were gold plated, maybe, yeah. Wax King, hey Wax King, how are you? It's good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend. Hey to you as well. It's good to see you. What have you posted here, Sniper Girl, in the Discord? Oh, this is the drone you're looking at getting. You're saving up for down the road. She's posted a video to it. I'll check that out. Oh, Android Lust has also posted a new model for an Instagram challenge in the Discord server gallery. Again, I'll show that just before I sign off for the day today. But it looks beautiful, Android Lust. I love it. I love the lighting as well. Really nice. Yeah, lovely. Like, again, I'll check it out full screen toward the end of the stream, but if you guys don't want to wait for me to show you live on stream, jump on the Discord server in the gallery, because Android Lost has just posted 2 new images and they look beautiful. And again, particularly the lighting. I really like the lighting. Okay. Wax says, thanks, I'm really well, friend. Oh, good to hear. Sniper Girl says something like gold 10, 80% gold 20 tin has a tensile strength of 40,000 psi. So even just 20% tin, that's pretty good. Which could work. Yeah, this is true. Well, we're creating it for a computer game, so that's okay. We can do what we want. Whether it'll work or not, we'll pretend it does. Even if they were 100% gold, it's fine. Android Lust says, turned out good. Yeah, it did. Wax King says to Android Lust in the Discord that it turned out good. Yeah, beautiful. And again, I really like the lighting. And I will show it just before I close off for the day, so make sure you remind me in case I forget, because you know what I'm like. I do forget things. What were we doing? That's right, dirt. We're adding a dirt layer. See, it doesn't take much to send me off track. It does look amazing. He's done a beautiful job. He always does a beautiful job. He's one of the most talented character artists I've seen. His texturing, his modeling, his composition and his lighting, it's always really nice. And you're a machine. You get them done so quickly, Android Lust. Your portfolio must be looking amazing. Sniper Girl says, love the hair the most. Had hair that colour before? Really? That bright pink? I like purple. Purple, it looks cool. I remember once, Phil does chat, Galen, do you remember Galen? I haven't spoken to him in a while. I hope he's okay. He posted a picture where he dyed his beard purple. That looked really cool. Yeah, I haven't seen Galen in chat for a while. I hope he's doing all right. I think he had a couple of health problems, so I hope he's healthy. Purple beard, it was awesome. He went to TwitchCon, and that's why he dyed his beard purple. Android Lust says, Phil, you're stun locked? What do you mean? I thought you were saying my camera is frozen. Android Lust says, yeah, I haven't seen Galen in a while. Yeah, no, I haven't either. I hope he's doing all right. Like I said, I know last time we spoke to him on chat, he had a couple of health problems he was dealing with, so I hope he's doing all right. Yeah, no, I haven't spoken to him. I hope he is all right. I haven't seen him streaming on Twitch either for a while. I know he moved back in with his sister, I think. So yeah, I hope he's doing good. We're sending you love, Galen, if you're out and about or you're not well. Hopefully you are. I hope you're doing good. Now the same with I haven't seen what's his name? A 3D guy who streams as well. What is his name? It's been so long since I've seen him streaming. Gone. Like he was streaming long before I started streaming. I can't remember. I think, I can't remember his name. That's terrible. I should be able to remember his name. I did tweet thanking him because he mentioned me when I first started streaming on Twitch. He gave me a raid, I think. Yeah, that's right. So I thanked him on Twitter. And he's a really nice guy. He's got a cat. But I can't remember his name. But I haven't seen him stream for a while either. I wish I could remember his name. That's going to bug me now. Yeah, I know he was having a few problems, like with finances, I think. If Sniper Echo was here, he could tell me, because he used to watch him before I started streaming. So Sniper Girl says, I messaged Galen. We'll let you guys know if he replies. Yeah, thanks, Sniper Girl, because we want to know Galen's doing well. I really wish I could remember his name. It's going to bug me. I've got to remember his name. Otherwise, it really will bug me. I'm just going to go to my Twitter account. It's going to be way, 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 way back though. I can't search for the tweet because I can't remember his name. I'm not logged into my account here. I was going to say I'm following him, I would have thought, but it was way, way, way back when I first started streaming, so this is going to be way back. I must remember his name, so I think it's incredibly rude if I can't remember his name. And shout out to him as well. So many tweets. My apologies, guys. But I really, really, really want to remember his name. I really want to shout out to him to make sure he's okay too. We must be getting close now. So is that the end of my tweet thingy? It looks like it. All right. No, I had tweets before this, I'm sure. Yeah, no, does it only go back so far? Don't you get your entire timeline on Twitter? Maybe not. No, I'm sure it was before I started doing work on the game. That's not what I want. Well, that's really annoying. What is his name? He has a cat. A really cute cat. He comes and sits on his chair behind him and taps him on the shoulder when the cat wants to be fed. That was very cute. And I did thank him because, like I said, he rated me once when I first started streaming and gave me a shout out, which I really appreciated. Yeah, it was before this, so. Oh, wow, that's really annoying. Actually, I know how I can find out. I'm going to, I think he hosts me. I'm just going to jump on my Twitch account. And I hate seeing myself while I'm streaming, which is why I don't watch myself while I stream. I'm going to go into create a dashboard. Where have Twitch moved it to? Setting. Content. No, I'm looking. He used to host me all the time as well. I just can't remember where Twitch put the hosting stuff. Where did they put it? Does his name start with a K? Sorry guys, I know this is not particularly entertaining for you, but I really want to know. I really want to remember his name. I really can't find it. Security, notifications, connection. Yeah, no, I can't find it, which is really annoying. Anyway, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. Very annoyed. I know. Twitter doesn't have a search. I don't know, but okay. But what do I search for? Because I can't remember his name. Even if Twitter did have a search feature, I can't remember his name to search for. I wonder if I can find it actually. Actually, I wonder if that's. I'm going to look at my Twitter account because I do follow him. Hopefully he's still. I'm just going to look through who I follow and see if I can't recognize his name that way. I haven't seen him streaming on Twitch for a very long time though.
There's something about you. They used to call me unaware.
Wonder how Legmog's doing though too. I haven't spoken to him for a while. Hopefully he's alright. I'm sure he's alright. You know what Legmog's like. But that's not who I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, I know. So I know he was living on his own, I think, and then I think he was having some issues with money, so he may have moved back home. I haven't spoken to Hambo in a while either. I'm just looking through who I'm following on Twitter. Kiori, Kiori, again, a streamer on Twitch, and he says his bio on Twitter is freelance 3D generalist. I'm just going to check his yeah, oh no, he's got his link to his Twitch still on his Twitter account. So Kiori, oh, I'm so sorry, Kiori. Yep. I think he was using. Was he a Max guy as well? I think he might be a Max guy as well, using 3D Studio Max. Kiori, again, another 3D streamer on Twitch. I should check him out if he starts streaming again, or if he's been streaming recently. Sorry, Wax King says, hey, I got a question. I'm going to start looking for 3D work or internship and was wondering if anyone has any good resources finding work. Also, I need to get more into social media, and I was wanting to know what would be the best platforms for a 3D artist. ArtStation, obviously. You must have an ArtStation account. Unless you want to set up your own server, which is always a good thing, but you don't have to. So, yep, ArtStation, so you can show off your work. Social media with being a 3D artist and looking for work is, I found it a bit, hit and miss. I wouldn't probably worry about Twitter, maybe Facebook, maybe. I mean, I hate Facebook, but you know. Instagram, actually, it's probably better. I hate Instagram as well, but because it's Facebook. But yeah, maybe Instagram, posting whatever you've worked on last on Instagram can get some traction. As far as social media goes, there actually maybe Reddit as well. Like you make a post on Reddit, like in whatever. I know that there's a 3D Studio Max subreddit, so people post images there and you can get some traction that way. Like I've posted a couple of images there and had some offers of work, but which I've declined because I just don't have time. And I didn't post it for that reason anyway. So yeah, my post in a subreddit on Reddit. Probably make sure you read the rules because not every subreddit will let you self-promote. But if you've been working on something, I know on the 3D Studio Max one, you can post a link to what you worked on, an image. But as far as specific sites for finding work, not really. You can always just approach companies directly as well that you want to work for. That works a lot of the time. So, you know, maybe you know of a company in your area that does the sort of work you want to do and just send them shoot them off an email asking if there's anything available and maybe attaching your resume. Sniper Girl says, are you in the US? Sandra Lust says, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and remember his name. No, I remember it's Kiori. Smurf says, what type of modelling did he do? Yeah, no, he did a lot of stuff modding for that. What was that game? There was a game he was really into. One of those first-person online multiplayer things. Shooters. Oh, there you go. Sniper Girl's listed to a site called Game Job Hunter. Yes, Andrew does. Kiori. Nurse says Kiori streams now and then still. Oh, good to hear. I'm glad he's still streaming. He's a nice guy. And he does really nice work too, 3D work. Smurf says, I think I saw him experimenting with Blender a bit back. Oh, okay. So I thought he was using Max initially. Yeah, Reddit can be good, as Android Lost says. Reddit can be good. You can get a lot of traction on Reddit. Tuatara! Hey Tuatara! Sorry it's taken me so long to notice your message. I was trying to work out... I forgot Kiori's name, but one of the other streamers. It's good to see you, Tuatara. I hope you're doing well. We were talking, actually, it was you, Tuatara, a few weeks ago, a while ago, when you had your first shot of the vaccine. You said you were a bit sore. Was that you? I thought it was you. Because, one of my mods, Hellforge, had his first shot. Or was it his second? I can't remember. And he's feeling a bit under the weather of the human malware vaccine. Wax Kink says, awesome, thanks guys. I'm happy to get into something within the next year. Tuatara says, I hope you're keeping well. I am keeping well. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. We're finishing off our car here. Armour, thank you. Yeah, Smurpery. The Sniper Girl says you're welcome. That's the side of it. Smurpery says Armour. Yeah, he used to do a lot of modding work in Armour, the game Armour. Kiori we're talking about. We're going to add a dirt layer to this. I'm just wondering whether I should pimp out this thing a bit more. Oh, I guess not. Tuatara says, doing well here. Back to work finally. I'm riding my bike. Oh, the world is good. You be careful on that bike. I mean, I've told you guys the story that my parents always said that I'm never, ever, ever allowed to buy a motorbike because they were too dangerous. And here I am at my age, and I still have never bought or ridden a motorbike because my parents forbade me. They said you must never, never buy a motorbike. And even though my parents have died now, I still haven't bought a motorbike. Creative Steve says, hey. Tuatara says, yep, that would have been me. Second one done and dusted now. So you're fully vaxxed. Congratulations and well done. Well done. The only way we're going to get out of this mess in this world is if we get vaccinated properly, fully vaxxed. Because I can't believe it's been going for so long. Because I'm still in lockdown in Melbourne. And it was, 18 months ago that all this started. Oh, man. And I haven't had a haircut for months. Because I've been in lockdown for months. What are we saying here? Tuatara says Bugatti. Yes, it is a Bugatti. As Andrew Lutt says, 1924 Bugatti. We've rusted it up quite a bit because it's going to be sitting out in a drive for years and years and years. It's been left out in the elements, so we didn't want it too clean. We wanted to make sure it was dirty and rusted and old. Yeah, I'm just wondering if I shouldn't pimp this up a bit more. Oh, look, I forgot those brackets there. I knew there was something I was forgetting. You guys didn't tell me. I have to put something on those brackets before we add the dirt layer. Sniper Girl says, dude, crossing the road is dangerous, but you still do that. Yeah, that's true. I could slip in the shower and kill myself. I mean, you just never know. Creative Steve says, I hear they're more riskier than cars. Yeah, my parents always... I think in a car, if you're in an accident, there's like the car around you to add as a bit of protection. I mean, it can squash you as well, but whereas on a motorbike, if you're in an accident, there's really nothing to protect you, your body. So you can sustain much more serious injuries in an accident on a motorcycle. Simply because you're exposed, I'm
a curious man with some curious genes. I get that from my dad. I'm not far from the truth.
Jotaro says, mine's a road bike. I had it up to 76 kph in my house. Smart trainer is pretty freaking awesome. Android Lost says, I'm sure Jotaro talking about a cycle bike. Jotaro says, totally Android Lost. Android Lost says, I need to start riding mine again. I miss it. Jotaro says, pretty sure I got the Airfix model as a kid. This is all going straight over my head. Sniper Girl says, you do realise motorbike airbags is a... No, I did not realise that. Motorbike airbags is a thing. You wear them like a vest, connect them to the handlebars, and if you fall off, they inflate in a fraction of a second. I was not aware of that. I've never heard of that before. So there you go. How long have they been around? Because that sounds like a very good idea. No, I did not know that at all. I think this is yeah, we're going to go in the details subfolder here. For a while, she says they've been around for a while. You know, I did not know that. For at least 5 to 10 years, no, I was not aware of that at all. That sounds like a great idea. Did not know. I'm just going to save because I can't remember when I saved last. Andrew Lust says, but I don't see many people with them. Yeah, I haven't seen them on, unless they're not noticeable. I've not noticed anyone in this country with them. Creative Steve says, I didn't know they installed airbags in motorbikes, neither did I. Or have this thing that Sniper Girl's talking about that you wear on your body that inflates. That sounds like a great idea, but yeah, I wasn't aware of it. Okay, let's start with the brackets here. We've got to we have to add something. What have we got? Oh, look, we'll pick a new one. So I was going to do the dirt layer, but I've realised I forgot to do that. So let's do that. What do we throw there? We can go with a rusty steel. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm just going to throw it there. Wait for Substance Painter. It's applying it to the entire model, which is why it's taking it a while. Come on, Substance. And let's mask with color selection to the bracket. And we're going to pull back on the tolerance. Okay, let's redo that. Let's undo that. Let's remove this layer actually. Let's do this again. I wasn't that impressed with that metal anyway. Let's see if we can't find something better. Leather. Let's have a look at this one. This one will work. Again, we're going to mask with color selection to the bracket. Okay, now I want to highlight these dials a little bit more, I think. So remember, we've got a texture map we're going to be using for the actual dials inside, but the outer rim, I think maybe we can make that stand out a bit more. And let's go with gold, because why not? There you go, she's linked to an example of the jackets and vests that inflate, which is a great idea. As Creative Steve says, it's actually smart, it is. Sniper Girl says, connect them to the handlebar and the sudden jerk triggers a CO2 canister. Android Lost says, but to be fair, the car fillers modelling isn't safe at all. This is not safe. This is probably just as bad as riding a motorbike. There's no airbags. There are really no doors on this thing. If you're in an but to be fair, this wouldn't go anywhere near as fast as modern cars. So, still, you don't have to be travelling very fast to be injured quite badly in a car accident. Andrew Lost says it's basically a motorcycle with 4 wheels. Yes, it is. Creative Steve says that's so true. Don't forget, airbags weren't even invented in this era. That's true. Sniper Girl says the only downside is they can be expensive. She's talking about the vests. Andrew Lost says if you care about your life, it's priceless. That's very true. There is no price to be put on your life. Wax King says, do you guys think it's hard for a realistic artist or stylized artist to find work? No. No, I don't think if you're a realistic artist or a stylized artist, it's particularly difficult to get work. Yeah, no. I think you'll be good either way. Let me see here. I'm curious as what this one's going to look like. So let's throw that down. Wait for Substance Painter. Oh, I see. I think I might have used it before. Let's undo that. Let's find something else. Girl says, you do realise that a car like that, if you drive it nowadays, you don't have to worry about how fast that car is going. You have to worry about how fast cars around it is going when they hit you. Well, that is true, yes. And I think you've only got to be driving at like 60 miles an hour to get seriously injured. It doesn't have to be really fast, which is why like a lot of speed limits are like 60 kilometres an hour, at least in Australia. It's 40 kilometres an hour if you're driving like in streets and suburbs. So you don't have to travel very fast to get injured quite badly, no. Did we look at this one? I can't remember. Yeah, we did. I did not like that one. These are some that I made. Let's just have a look. I made these for the Magus book. No. No. What about the sigils one? Andrew Lutz says, especially when all the SUVs and with all the SUVs and trucks around. All those SUVs. Let's just have a look at this. I'm going to mask with color selection to that. We're going to group these. We'll group this one layer. I'm just going to call it gold interior. Again, we're going to mask with color selection to that, and we're going to throw down a smart mask. We'll go with surface worn. And I'm just going to pull up a little bit of that gold. Pull back on that. It looks like I forgot to do the bolts in here as well, I think. Must remember to do that. I just wanted to bring in a little bit of gold here and there just to lift the dials and the bits and pieces to make them stand out a little bit more. I just felt that they're getting a little bit lost with all of the metal behind it. So yeah, I just want to pull it out a little bit. Not quite that much. Just a little bit. Just so it's a little bit more noticeable. And yeah, I don't think I've done the oh no, it looks like I have done the bolts. It's okay. I have to fix this again. Okay. So just gonna make sure I pull back on the tolerance of these. Alright, let's do a save and let's add some dirt. I've just got to wait for it to finish its save here. Wax King says, hey Phil, did you get to see the scythe I made last week? I did. I want to show it on the stream just before I close off for the day. It looks excellent, Wax King. I will show it on the stream in about 5 or 10 minutes. So I want to show your size, and I want to show the models Grizzly Gear did, and also the one that Android Lust did as well. But it does looks excellent, and I'll show it all in 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so let's just add a dirt layer now. And again, let's just search for dirt. And okay, let's start with the tire part, which is the car frame. Again, I've just got to wait for substance to catch up. Okay, let's have a look at, make sure all of our layers are collapsed. We're going to add that one. We have quite a few different dirts we can try here, so we'll just play around and see until we find one that we like. I think this one's a bit too much. Yeah, I think it's a bit too much. We could try knocking it back. I hope if I get to went to the right layer. I was working in the height information, not the color information. Wow. Now this is more of a muddy dirt, which is not really what I was looking for, but yeah, I'm just going to switch back to height, and I'm going to turn the height information off. Switch back to color. Yeah, no, I don't really want mud. I won't remove it, but we're just going to see what other dirts might be better. No. Let's have a look at this one. Again, just waiting for substance here. Whacked King says, let me know how I can improve it. If anything comes to mind, we'll check it out in 2 secs. Come on, substance. Let's try changing the blending layer. Again, I'm just waiting for it to cache itself a little bit here. It's just a little sluggish. Sniper Girl says 2 seconds, 1,000, 2,000. Good, now it's cached itself, but I should be able to get through this a little quicker. I'm just seeing if one of the other blending layers might give me the look I'm really after. Again, I'm going to remove the height information because we really don't need it for a dirt layer. Creative Steve says, hey Phil, got any advice on how to get started on environment creation in UE5? Been learning it and have been having fun. I haven't actually used UE5 yet. I haven't installed it, haven't downloaded it. It's pretty much like UE4 though, apart from a couple of changes to the, well, you know, you've got Nano, you've got Lumen, they're different, they're new. Not really. I mean, basically, if you've used UE4, it's pretty much the same workflow for UE5 for environment sort of stuff. I mean, I will download and install UE5 once Epic Games release the first final version of it, not the beta that they've released at the moment. So I might have more to say then, but from what I'm aware of and what I've seen and read and viewed on videos on YouTube, it's pretty much the same as UE4. Pretty much. So no, not really. I'm pretty sure like the landscape tools and stuff are all the same as UE4. The only difference might be with foliage, because I just don't know. Well, from my understanding is, from what the guys have told me in the chat too, foliage is the same as in UE4 in that you can add, I'm assuming speed tree, you can load speed tree in UE5. Again, I'm not sure because I haven't used it. You just can't take advantage of the nanite technology on moving plants. But you can still load them in, you just can't enable nanite on them, which is the billions of polygon thing, because it doesn't work with world position offset or vertex. Yeah, it's basically anything that moves you can't use nanite on. It has to be static. So that if you've got moving plants, you can't use nanite, at least not at the moment. So that's made me less interested in wanting to play with UE5, to be honest, because my environments need plants. But anything static, yep, that nanite technology is amazing in UE5. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, here is I'm just trying to decide whether I like this dirt or not. Again, we won't delete it, we'll just turn it off, and because I think I have one more dirt here we can look at. I don't want one that's too heavy. Like this is going to be super, super heavy. Let's have a look at this one. This one's a bit too subtle actually, I think. Yeah, a bit too subtle. Okay. Alright, so what we can do here is, I don't like the fact that it's taking away a bit of the shine from different spots, so I'm going to I wanted to take the shine off the tires and things, but not so much here. So what we can try and do is we can look at using a smart mask. Let's just get rid of that. How are we going for time? Let's go with surface worn. Let's see what that looks like. Play with the mask. I may even just add a paint layer, I think. I'm just pulling out some of the dirt from around the so I want that shine back, because that'll look really cool. The sun will pick that up nicely. But I still wanted the dirt around the tyres and things. So you can sort of see what it's doing, mainly on the tyres if you look at them. When I turn the dirt layer back on. Or on. We do have this underlying dirt here, which could be interesting. Again, what I can do here is I can add a black mask, white mask. I always get them confused. Let's try black. Yeah, well, we can work either way. And we can add a paint layer. I can just paint in some of that mud again on the tyre.
I just need some time now to get things clear now, to get rid of my doubts, to get rid of my fears. I just need some time now to get things done now, things allowed, things I want. I do what's best for me, what's best for you. But if you fall, who's next to you? I do what's best for me and best for you.
Hang on, what's going on? That's right, I'm forgetting, aren't I? He says, yep, he's going to show people's art any minute now. I am going to do it right now. Right now. We still haven't quite finished the car, but we've only got to add a couple of dirt layers, but I'll do that tomorrow, and then we can move on to something else. So let's do a save here on this model. Sorry, I just get so caught up in what I'm doing, I lose track of time and what's going on. Okay. So we saved it. Let's have a look at the stuff that you guys have popped into the gallery. And we're going to start with Wax Kink's sickle, scythe. I'm just going to try and find the right copy link. I think that's the one I want. Very nice. I love the little mushies you got growing here on the handle. It looks really cool. Actually, I really like the design of the handle. Wax Kink, you've done a great job. Very organic. Nice modelling work. Nice texturing too. Yeah, it looks really good. Love it. Particularly love the handle actually. Very organic. And the mushies. It looks really, really, really cool the way you've got them growing around the handle like that. Very nice. Nice texturing too. Lovely work, Wax Kink. Well done. Looks really good. What would I do to improve it? You're going for a stylized look, obviously. You're not going for like a realistic look, yeah? I'm assuming because it's like a very painterly looking texture. Hang on. I'm just zooming in here so I can get a better look at your material. I don't know. I quite like the texturing. You've got some good colour variation going on here in both the mushrooms and the wood texture itself. And because you're going for a stylized look, I'm assuming. Yeah, stylized. I don't know. Maybe this is metal, yeah, and maybe give it a bit more of a make it look a little bit more metally, like a bit more of a highlight. Even though it's stylized, you could still make it a little bit more metally looking. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like with the car where you get that reflection happening in the metal. Like yeah, a bit more reflection in the metal. Even though it's stylized, you can still do that. But aside from that, I don't know that there's anything else that I could really critique. I mean, if you wanted to make it a look, you could add a bit of a glow to the mushies if you wanted to, if you want to make it look a bit more interesting that way. But you don't need to, but that could look cool if there was a bit more of a yellow or a glow happening on the mushies. That could help to lift, make them stand out a bit more. Specular, thank you. Smackberry. Yeah, a little more specular on the metal on the side part here. Sniper Girl says, nicks in the blade, even though it's stylized, it could use it. Yep, that's another good suggestion. Sniper Girl says, have a lot of shadowing texture detail in the handle, not as much detail in the metal. All good suggestions. Oh, they glow in the dark, Wax King says. The mushies, okay. I'd still maybe bring in a little bit of yellow around maybe. I just think having maybe a bit of yellow, like I'm used to moving a certain way with certain keys, and yeah, maybe I know you've got a light of green here around the edge of the mushy. Maybe under here you could bring in a little bit of yellow up on the under stem. That's something to help make them stand out a little bit more. I'm glad that they glow in the dark. That's cool. Because yeah, I'm just thinking with a bit of yellow here, they might just help them stand out a little bit more. And even if it's just yellow in that understem, yeah. So just the underside here, maybe part way down, you could bring in some yellow to help them stand out a bit more. But again, you don't have to. That's just my sort of opinion. Smurf says, man, underglow. Smurf says, like holding a flashlight under your face. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, Smurf, as well. So he's talking about like having the top of the cap here look as if you put a light underneath, you'd get this glow that would happen on the top of the mushy cap. And that could look really cool. No problem, Creative Steve. Wax King says, cool, thanks. No problem. But now I want to show, but it looks great, Wax King. I love it. Looks really good. I love the design as well. I want to look at some Grizzly Gear stuff now. Grizzly Gear's been a machine as well, creating lots of different pieces of work. That's so creepy. That is super creepy. I mean, I love it, but it's super creepy. It's got this huge mouth. Oh, man. Really interesting design. It's super creepy. Grizzly Gear has also done a toy soldier by the look of it. Let's check that out. Again, nice modelling work for his plastic soldier here. I mean, I personally might be a little bit too specky, too shiny, maybe. But nice modelling, looks great. He's also done this robot boy, I think it is. It's not Astro, is it? Let me have a look. Is that Astro Boy? Or is it like an Astro Boy? You guys know what I mean. The cartoon Astro Boy. It's been a while since I've seen Astro Boy. That's what it reminds me of. Mega Man. Oh, okay. Mega Man. Very nice as well. Nice modelling. And I want to check out Android Lust's work now because he does beautiful work as well. Let's zoom back out. Lovely. Again, I can see what you mean, Sniper Girl, by the hair. The hair looks great. Pardon me. Really interesting silhouette, and I love the lighting. I want to check the second one out because you can see the lighting a little bit better. This is the one that caught my eye. Yeah, beautiful. I love the cat actually. The cat looks great. Really nice work. Hair looks particularly good. Yeah, and the cat looks amazing. Really nice skin tone too. I love the bed actually with the cat ears. Beautiful work, Andrew Dusty. Always beautiful work. Love it. Yeah, I know. Sniper Girl says, never mind, Astro Boy came out originally in 1952. I know, a long time ago. So, other way around. Smurf says to Wax King, check out how this guy faked the crystal. Could be helpful for mushrooms. Thank you, Smurf. Android Dust says, I'll post another tomorrow. I didn't want to spam. Well, I look forward to seeing the one tomorrow because this looks amazing and I love it. I particularly love the cat. Maybe it's because it's a cat, because you guys know how much I love cats. It looks great. Absolutely great. One of my new favourites of yours, Android Lust. I mean, I still like the one you did of the character from Scooby-Doo, the girl. She looked really good. But this is probably one of my second favourites now. It's really nice. I love the colouring, the texturing, the lighting, and the cat. I love the cat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Always beautiful work. So I look forward to seeing the one tomorrow. Snappy Girl says to Android, Lust, you do amazing work. Spam away. Yes, that's right, you do. You spam away. It does beautiful work. If you guys want to look at Android Lust's work, just look through the gallery. He's done some amazingly beautiful stuff. Cats are adorable, Creative Steve says they are. Snappy Girl likes the cat as well. Yeah, the hair does look really good, actually. I like the hair too. And I like the lighting. I've mentioned it, I know, many times, but I really do like the composition with the lighting here, hitting the bed. It looks really good. Really helps to make the model pop too. The character pop. Smurf says global illumination for the win, hey? GI for the win. The cat was a pain, I'm sure. The expression on the cat's face, the content expression is amazing. I love it. Yeah, no, I love it. Love it, love it. Beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you for letting me show your work on stream, guys. Wax Kink and Grizzly Gear. You all do amazing work. Yeah, it was really good. And of course, Android Lust for showing off his beautiful work as well. I think we might leave it there for today though, guys and girls. We will pick up finishing this car off tomorrow. All we have to do is add some dirt to 2 more layers and then we're done with the car. So I'm just going to make sure I did a save and we will finish the car tomorrow. I do want to thank you guys and girls though for being here and hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. I'll be back on again tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. You guys have a great night, great day or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys.